I love the energy, the enthusiasm. Hollywood!
This is Utah Tech football and the Lance Anderson Coaches Show.
A lot of good work. I'm really proud of you guys.
And hi there once again, everybody. Welcome to the Lance Anderson Coaches Show. Rod Zundel here, along with the head coach, Lance Anderson. Trailblazers getting ready for their final road trip of the season, final road trip in the United Athletic Conference as you're moving to the Big Sky next year. We'll be in Carrollton, Georgia this Saturday afternoon, take on the Wolves. Carrollton's just a little outside of Atlanta, about a year. We'll talk more about that matchup, but let's go back to last Saturday. Well, that was a tough loss at Abilene Christian because you did so many things well. Your defense gave you an opportunity to win, and just a couple of things, turnovers, the big problem on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, the guys really battled hard again. Again, we get into the second half against a ranked team with a one-score game, so we had opportunities there. But like you said, Rod, if you turn the ball over 4 times, it's hard to beat a good team on the road.
Yeah, and they were coming off an emotional win over previously undefeated and second-ranked team in the country, Tarleton State, the week before on a walk-off field goal. So they were feeling pretty good about themselves. You were feeling pretty good about yourself after beating North Alabama the previous week. So the dynamics of that game, it was a defensive slugfest in that first half.
It really was. I mean, 14-7 at halftime, and kind of interesting that both Abilene's touchdowns came on defense, and then we had the one touchdown on offense. But again, it's a one-score game at halftime. No matter how we got there, we were right in that game.
In the first half, your defense shut out Abilene Christian's offense. They got their 2 scores on pick sixes on back-to-back possessions. And what did that do mentally to this team? Because your defense had played so well, you had just scored a touchdown, and then you had 2 pick sixes. It kind of had to take the air out of them a little bit.
You know, I still feel like our guys at halftime had a lot of energy, a lot of juice. They realized that we were right in that game. We just needed to make a few more plays. But, yeah, in the end, you can't turn the ball over like that. But, I mean, we fought through that, and we had an opportunity in the second half had we maybe executed a little bit better, maybe made a few more plays.
So offensively, you had a number of really good drives that you weren't able to finish off as we check out the highlights. Asa Chapman had 4 receptions, 33 yards, and Bronson Barban went to him quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Asa, again, had a very productive game, both, receiving and running the football.
How about this catch from Daniel Thomason? I thought it was a one-hopper. Actually, this was to Eric Olson.
Yeah, again, Eric had some great catches for us and very productive.
That looked like it was a one-hopper, but he went down and dug it out.
He did, and then, caught it kind of on the second attempt, and made a nice gain there.
Then on the run-pass option, Bronson Barban here, really good decision-making right there to big run, 22 yards.
Yeah, 20-plus yard run right there for the first down.
And then Eric Olson on the sweep, tight end. Had a pretty good day running the ball.
Yeah, this has been a productive play for us too, just the fly sweep to the tight end. When you have a guy like Eric Olson that runs like he does, it's a productive play.
A couple of guys out in receiver, so you brought in quarterback Reggie Graff in the slot formation. And, Coach, talk about this. You brought him in motion with decoy, and you look at 2 of the guys in the purple jerseys. They went with him and didn't even notice Asa Chapman going in for a touchdown.
That's right. I mean, Reggie is very athletic. I mean, he's a guy that we can get the ball to in a number of ways. And, yeah, it's kind of served as a decoy here and opened it up for Asa to, score the touchdown.
Okay, so that tied it up at 7. You're down 14-7 at halftime. Third quarter, you got a stop on defense, and then another good drive going here, first possession of the third.
Yeah, I believe this was a third down conversion to Eric Olson, and ultimately this drive we're able to get down in field goal range and kick a field goal there.
Asa Chapman with a nice run, 13 carries, 49 yards, and then Ilya Uvedo, 51-yard field goal, his 5th field goal of his career of 50 or more, 4 of them this season.
Yeah, he's got great range, and he's very accurate on those long field goals as well.
All right, so the offense did not have the big chunk plays like they did the previous week against North Alabama. 5 for 14 on third down. That number is not where you wanted it to be, and you couldn't get enough snaps.
Yeah, we'd like to be better on third down, and we just need more of those explosive plays and just finish more drives in the end zone.
So when you look at your offensive play, you had a number of plays that were right there in the hands of the receivers or a block that wasn't there. Again, you had the opportunities, and unlike the previous week, you just didn't finish them off.
Yeah, I mean, we had a number of drops, which, I mean, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We had some other open receivers that, we had a chance to get the ball to them. And then obviously we've talked about the turnovers already. But that combination of things, had just even a few of those been different, it could be a very different outcome.
And then on the other side of the football, defense could not get off the field as much as you'd like. Abilene Christian, 8 for 17 on third down. But you only gave up 3 plays over 20 yards. You'll take that every time.
Yeah, we were better with the explosive plays. We need to be better on third down, especially when they got into the third and shorter situations. We didn't do a very good job of getting stops. That's why we need more of those, third and medium, third and long situations.
And we just see here a couple of jet fly sweeps, but they're very good. But Devin Perkins and Marley got this one. Everything that they threw at you, you pretty much stopped them.
Yeah, again, we didn't give up those explosive plays. We kept battling, and ultimately we found ways to get off the field and keep points off the board for the majority of the game.
Yeah, Marley led the way with 7 tackles. Dallin Havea got a sack there, first sack you've had in 3 games, so it was nice to get pressure on there. And then you're banged up linebackers and secondary. Kyle Parker came in, made a nice defensive play there.
Yeah, nice pass breakup right there.
And then more pressure, and this one forces a bad throw. Nash Cooper, who's getting more time because Leighton Tonavasa is out, he forced a bad throw right there.
Yeah, Nash is making some plays. You saw Marley getting in the quarterback's face there. We need more of that.
And Brandon Jackson, another guy, because of injuries, getting more time, makes a nice stop right there.
Yeah,
you held them below their season average in both rushing and passing, didn't get up the big plays. Your defense gave you a shot in this one.
They certainly did. They battled, and again, we had a lot of guys getting their first playing time, or maybe guys who are walk-ons really come in and battle hard and really contribute for us.
Okay, you're coming down the final 2 games of the season, your final road trip of the season, longest of the year, going to West Georgia. Second time that Utah Tech has played in the state of Georgia. 2021, they were playing Kennesaw State. But you played West Georgia last year, first time here, 34-31 loss. Just talk quickly about the mentality going on the final road trip, trying to end the road session on a good note.
Again, I think we enjoy going on the road, seeing different places, playing good teams, seeing their facilities, and we're going to need to do that this week. I mean, we're going to need to pack the defense as we go on the road, be able to, shut down their run game, get stops, play well in the red zone, get off the field on third down. Those things we've talked about all season long. And then offensively, we've got to finish drives, we've got to put the ball in the end zone and just eliminate the turnovers. We do those things, we're going to have a chance in the end like we have many games this year.
So as a coaching staff, how do you prepare this week in practice to go back from last week and learn and say, okay, here's the opportunities we had, we didn't take advantage of them? How do you rectify that in a week's practice?
And again, the guys might get tired of hearing it from me because it might sound like a broken record, but we've got to make practice like the game. We've got to approach practice with the same energy we would approach a game, and then we've got to play with the same effort from start to finish in practice as we would a game. We've got to make it game-like, so we are taking practice directly to the game field on Saturday.
Okay, so that makes it more fun for the guys too when it's a game-like situation rather than the tedious technical stuff, right?
Exactly. I mean, you got to feel like you got to leave it all out there on the practice field, just like you would the game field. That's how you prepare. We're getting better in those areas. We're not there yet, but that's the approach we need to take.
All right, we're going to take our first time out when we come back. A couple of freshmen that have really stepped up this year, and one of them is in a surprising position. He didn't start out that way. So we're going to have a couple of Trailblazers join us when the Lance Anderson Coaches Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
Back here on the Lance Anderson Coaches Show, Rod, the coach, and we're joined by a couple of freshmen for the Trailblazers, Matthew Snar, offensive lineman, and Moi Pasi, the linebacker from Hawaii, and you're from Corner Canyon?
Yeah, I'm from Corner Canyon, and I grew up in West Haven, Utah.
Okay, so so you grew up a little north there. Is that recruiting deals in Utah, right? Is that how it goes? Huh?
No, it's not.
So, going back to the last 2 weeks, just the highs of North Alabama guys, and then having the opportunity against a top 20 team in Abilene Christian where you had a shot and you played well enough to win, just didn't make the plays. What's the mentality, Matt, this week as you get ready for your final road game?
You know, Coach Hudson says it a lot. You know, we just got to get off the ball. We got some really good knockback against Abilene. And we just got to do that against, this week.
Yeah. Moi Pasi, your defense shut them out, Abilene Christian.
Yes.
And the week before, they ran all over Tarleton State, the second-ranked team in the country.
Yes, they did.
Just talk about your defense and the way you guys have played the last couple of weeks, not giving up the big plays.
So, yeah, that was a pretty common problem we had earlier in the season. The big plays, we try to limit it as much as we can. Abilene, they had a good run game. We was expecting them to just come out and just run the ball and try to test us on the ground. And, we held up our end and, we limited them, but eventually it's kind of going to break down and stuff, so. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Moi Pasi, Coach, you were talking about this earlier. Interesting story. Okay, you came to spring ball last year, last spring, as a running back.
Yes, I did.
And now you're a mainstay linebacker. How did that all come about?
Honestly, I kind of see it as just God doing his thing. He has a plan for everybody. So, I played running back all throughout my whole life, high school, and I came as a running back. And when Coach offered me the opportunity to switch to linebacker, I took it with a good attitude, kept my head up, I tried to ball, and the rest is in God's hands, and that's why I'm here right now.
Did you play linebacker as well in high school?
No? It was just running back.
Really?
Yeah. And,
how difficult of adjustment was that to hit somebody rather than getting hit?
Well, I love contact, so I kind of enjoyed the change a little bit, if you want to see it that way. I just being able to hit, being able to just kind of freely play, I feel like just fit my style. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it.
So Coach comes in a running back, never played linebacker before. Why did you bring him on the defensive side?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a remarkable story. For Moi to join the team last spring as a running back, then right near the end of spring, we asked him to move to linebacker because we saw how physical he was, how athletic he was, such good feet, and we knew we didn't maybe have quite as much depth at the linebacker position, so we asked him to make the move, and he took to it very, very naturally.
So when they came to you and said, hey, we want to move you from the position you're most comfortable with to another position that you've never played before, did you think they were crazy?
I honestly don't. To be honest, I was pretty sad. It's a big change for me. And, but after I got over that mindset that, this is something that I might not want to do, I just got to push past that, keep a good mindset, keep a good attitude. And I had a lot of good support around me with the boys. Yeah. And so, I think that was crucial with me, that big drastic change.
Do you ever go to them or want to go to them and say, hey, you know what, I can run that ball that way.
I'll talk to Coach Jamo. I'll be like, Coach, let me get one run in the game or something. But
yeah,
maybe you never know in the future. Might be like a little trick play or something.
All right, we'll look for that, Coach. Come on.
Yeah,
get him on the offensive side.
Definitely a possibility.
All right, Matthew Snar, the offensive line got off to a great start. One sack in the first 3 games. Talk about the cohesiveness of this line because you've had some injuries. Some guys that were playing a lot aren't able to play right now, but you've got freshmen, 3 freshmen that would mainstay on that offensive line. Just talk about all the young guys coming together and doing a pretty darn good job.
I think it's a lot of a credit to how well our seniors have been doing this. They really brought us together as an offensive line and just brought us, did activities together and really kind of built that bond between each other, and that kind of goes into the games where we're knowing who each other are. And
You're number 60 right there.
Yep,
pushing
that's
people
me.
out of the way.
Yep, trying to do my best.
Now this one right here, you saved Bronson right there, didn't he, Coach?
I don't know if I saved him.
He did. That guy was after him.
Enough room to get Bronson time to make that throw.
All right, continue, Matt. We kind of took you off there.
No, it's okay. So, especially Cade, he grew up in Roy. I grew up in West Haven.
Cade Draper.
Yeah. Just kind of knew about each other a little bit beforehand, then coming together, now we get to play with each other on Saturdays, which is kind of fun. Just kind of having that bond with each other is really crucial to having a good offensive line.
Yeah. You mentioned the seniors, Crowley and Nolan Reynolds. When they were in here, we call them the grandpa of the offensive line. How much do you take from them? Because they've been around a while, and they've been in the trenches for a long time.
Yeah. So I talk to Nolan all the time because he's playing tackle, he's playing my position. And just his wisdom and like what he's been able to do for the past couple of years for this program. Just learning from him what kind of his secrets. And even Rambo too. He played right tackle for us last year, just kind of like picking his brain and like just learning from what he's been able to do. Has really helped my game progress. And I know Cade as well has also been picking the brain of Bryce because he's been the center for a long time. So
yeah, Bryce was Crowley was the center. Then he moved to guard, and then Cade came in and played center.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun during the game. Cade will kind of like have a question. He would just kind of nudge Bryce and be like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Then they'll be able to help each other.
And the two seniors, Nolan and Bryce. They're funny guys.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of keep things light and
definitely.
fun, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely do. Especially when I make a mistake, he'll kind of nudge me in the right direction and also kind of make fun of me at the same time. So it kind of gets me in the right headspace to do the right thing.
So you're a freshman offensive lineman. You're a freshman linebacker, first time you played that position in your life. You have a number of young guys, especially on that linebacker core, got some transfers coming in. But this is a nucleus that really can build something special here.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have a new group of freshman boys here at the linebacker position, like with Dalen and Adrian them. But talking with them, like they know what they're talking about. It's kind of just like they just have to get over that hump. They think that like college football, high school football is the same, but it's kind of like a different beast, in my opinion. But I can see they have potential. They have the skills. I can see why they were recruited. But but I think we're in the making of a good young linebacker group.
And the same thing goes for the offensive lineman. You had 3 starters, freshmen on the offensive line. Same kind of thing. You can build a nucleus, and he knows about it starts with the big guys up front, and NIL. That's a whole different beast. But you've got something here where both position groups really can build something that can be a great foundation here.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with our offensive line right now, like you said, we have 3 starting offensive linemen that are freshmen. So just losing 2 at the end of the season, we still have a pretty solid group of guys that are going into the next season.
And as head coach, how does that excite you to have young guys that are as good as they are, both on the offensive line and the linebacking core?
Yeah, at those 2 positions, plus many other positions, we've got a lot of really good young players. So our key will just be keeping these guys together, have them to continue to develop, work hard, because I think we're definitely headed in the right direction and have a lot of good young players in this program.
So as a coach, you've got 3 freshmen on offensive line. You got Moe and a couple other freshmen starting on defense. Your career, your job is relying on freshmen, Coach.
They're doing a great job. I mean, they've stepped up, they've answered the bell, they've played really well, and that their best football is ahead of them too.
Yeah.
And so we're very excited about the future.
All right, Moe, let's talk about you growing up in Hawaii, and talk about your family and all that kind of good stuff.
Let's see where I start. So I grew up on the island of Oahu. It's Pro City. It's kind of like I wouldn't say a small island, but I'd say it's the most populated island. So it gets really packed there. But I'm the youngest of 5. I have an older brother and 3 older sisters. And, the island style is something I grew up on. So making a transition from here to Utah was pretty rough. It's kind of sad. I get homesick pretty often. But I'm up here in Utah, someplace I've never been, playing the game I love. So I love it.
So do you go into the Hawaiian restaurants to make you feel at home a little bit?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you cook Hawaiian food at your? What's the favorite thing you like to cook that doesn't make you homesick?
Yeah, so a lot of the boys, they'll ask me, they'll be like, bro, can you make the musubi's? Like, those are so good last time.
The what?
You never heard of a musubi before? I gotta bring you one. Remind me next time I'll bring you one. It's
Have
basically
you ever had a coach?
I have. Yes.
It's basically just like, it's rice on top of this like nori, and then it's like Spam, and you can put like teriyaki sauce. And
Spam?
it's wrapped. And it's so, trust me.
I've
it's
never
so
had
good.
Spam.
I grew up on
Oh,
it.
it's a staple.
It's a
Really?
staple.
Yeah. And I don't, I didn't build this figure by turning down food. So, so what made you choose Utah Tech?
Well, so out of high school, I wasn't really recruited at running back. And so me and my family, we were, prices in Hawaii is kind of high. So we were forced to kind of move out of Hawaii to go to Vegas. And I always had a dream of going to college. And so, like kind of UNLV was a little bit too expensive and stuff. And so my sister actually found this spot, and it was like an hour and a half from Vegas. So I'm still relatively close to my family.
Yeah.
And once I found out they had a D1 football program, I said, oh, okay, sure, why not? So I came here as a student and then waited for the walk-on tryouts, and the rest is history,
This is even more of an incredible story. He came here waiting for a walk-on tryout, and now he's a starting linebacker.
I told you, to me, it's a remarkable story.
Yeah.
I mean, Moy had been sending me his film through last fall, and just waiting for the spring when we had an opening. And like I said, he starts out as a running back with us and is doing a really good job playing running back, special teams. We have some need at linebacker, we move him there, and it's like he's been playing that position his whole life.
Yeah.
And he's got a very bright future ahead of him.
When you saw him in the walk-on tryouts, could you tell that said, okay, this kid's got something special?
Well, so I really liked his film that he had sent me. That's why I was excited for the spring semester to come. And then he comes to the walk-on tryout and he doesn't disappoint. It's like, okay, yeah, this is what I saw on film. There is something there. Moy's got something to him, and I think his progression is a lot faster than I had ever believed.
Yeah.
For him to be able to play and contribute at such a high level so fast, it's very remarkable, and it's a testament to him and his hard work.
All right, Matthew Schnarr, tell us your life story.
I was born in Idaho, in Pocatello, Idaho, and then I moved to West Haven, Utah when I was super young. I grew up there, went to high school, my first couple of years at Fremont High School. Had a lot of success there, really enjoyed all the people there, the head coach there, Ross Arnold, shout out you. And then once I got to a senior, I really wanted to compete for a state championship, and so I decided to transfer and kind of be with my grandparents because they lived in the boundaries of the high school that I was moving to.
Corner Canyon.
Corner Canyon, yep. So we moved there, spent some time my senior year at Corner Canyon, and then I started getting recruited by different schools, and Utah Tech was one of them. And so once I came down for a game day visit, my official visit, I really enjoyed the culture and the environment that was here.
Yeah.
And so I decided to come here.
And you're on the offensive line at Corner Canyon. Just missed out on Zach Wilson and Jackson Dart, who are now in the NFL. But you got Zach's younger brother Isaac that you were on the line for, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was a really good quarterback, especially for high school. Like the levels between like Isaac Wilson and other high school quarterbacks was just immense. The difference.
Well, you should have seen his brother up close and Jackson too.
Yeah,
I remember Jackson
yeah.
at Roy High School, his first game at Roy High School before he transferred to Corner Canyon. It seems a theme. Everybody's transferring to Corner Canyon. With Eric
There's a reason why Corner Canyon wins so many championships.
Yeah,
They got a great program.
Yeah.
Coach Kerr definitely set up that program.
Yeah, he
so.
did. Now you come from an athletic family. Your dad played basketball for the University of Utah, and your mom was a volleyball player for the Utes.
Yeah. So my dad played basketball originally at Utah Valley, and my mom also played volleyball at Utah Valley originally, and they kind of met there. And then it was a JUCO at the time, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
Utah Valley?
Utah Valley,
Yeah.
or lower level.
Yeah,
So
they were JUCO, and then they moved to Division II, then to Division I, just like Utah Tech has done.
Yeah, exactly. So my mom moved to University of Utah to go play volleyball there, and my dad followed her there. And he played basketball there for about 3 years, and she played volleyball for about 3 years there too.
What do you like about this big guy?
Oh, he's so athletic. He's strong. Boy, it's amazing too what he's doing as a true freshman.
Yeah.
Comes home from his mission, jumps right into football, and has been playing at a really high level.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you,
you
Coach.
do you cook?
I do not cook.
So you just spend a lot of time over at Moe's house?
So actually, we live together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we live together.
Oh, so you're getting a good taste of the Hawaiian Islands, aren't you?
Exactly, yeah. All my roommates are Polynesian, so they be cooking for me and giving me all the good Polynesian
We're letting
food.
them in on all the secrets,
Yeah.
secret dishes.
Yep.
Are you gaining some weight eating all that good food?
Oh yeah, I'm up there.
He needs to eat more. Do you want him to eat more, Coach?
I think whatever he's doing, he needs to just keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look ahead to this Saturday against West Georgia. That's when the Lance Anderson Coaches Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes, our trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
Back on the Lance Anderson Coaches Show, Utah Tech getting ready for their final road trip of the season. They'll be at West Georgia against the Wolves Saturday afternoon. Noon kickoff, 11 a.m. pregame. Wolves 7-3 overall. They're having a pretty good season, 4-3 in conference play. They're coming off a 24-17 win at North Alabama on Saturday. Coach, let's start with their defense. They have 5 sacks on Saturday. They've got 31 sacks on the year.
Yeah, they've got good speed. They're very athletic, and they give you a lot of different looks, a lot of exotic looks on defense.
Matthew,
Yep.
These guys you're going to have to stop.
We'll stop them. As a defensive line, they're pretty athletic and they move really, really well.
Yeah.
But as like this one, the run game, they get pretty good movement against their D line. So
Yeah, Moe, you're going to have to guard against these guys. They can run.
I'm ready. I'm eager to get out on the field with these guys and show them that, we're not just some team that they can push around.
Yeah. Don't leave that middle open like North Alabama did there. Coach, they can run it and they can also throw the ball.
Yeah.
They're pretty balanced that way.
They're another very balanced team.
Yeah.
Quarterback is big, but he's also very athletic, and they've got a lot of speed at their skill positions. So yeah, it'll be another good matchup for us.
Latrell Morrell, he had 130 yards rushing. Their quarterback, 274 yards through the air. So they are a balanced team. So when you look at these guys, what stands out and what do you have to do to get a road win?
They are very athletic. So on both sides of the ball for us, we got to be really sound. Defense, we got to, play with leverage, stay in our gaps. We got to tackle well. Offensively, sound as well, and just have to finish drives, put the ball in the end zone, and eliminate the turnovers. We do that, we're going to have a good chance on Saturday.
And Matthew, final chance to get a road win this year?
Yeah, great opportunity, especially against a pretty good team. I can't wait to kind of get after them.
And Moe coming off a pretty good performance defensively the last 2 games. Your thoughts about going in and facing a big, fast team?
I just think that us as a defense, we can't get complacent. We've balled out these past couple of games, but job's not finished. We got 2 more games that we got to really approach with a good mindset, and we just got to do what we've been doing.
Yep. The game is Saturday, noon kickoff, 11 a.m. pregame on the Fan and Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. Couple other notes: the Utah Tech women's basketball team, they'll play Omaha on Wednesday. Volleyball team has a couple of home matches. The men's soccer conference tournament begins Wednesday as well. The men's basketball, they're over in your neck of the woods in Hawaii playing 3 games, Manhattan, and then Mississippi Valley State, and then they end up with University of Hawaii on Saturday. So big week for Utah Tech athletics, and Saturday, final road game, noon, kickoff, 11 a.m. pregame. Guys, let's have a safe trip to Georgia and get a win.
Yes.
All right, Moe Passy, Matthew Snar, Coach Anderson, thanks, and we'll talk to you on Saturday from Carrollton, Georgia.